This episode is being recorded out of Shop Talk Podcast Studios in Oak Park, Michigan. For more information, visit www.shoptalkpod.com.
Live from Detroit, live from Detroit, live from
Pink suits with hats to match, big crocodiles and Cadillacs. You looking for the fattest sacks? This is where it's at. Windows tinted, seats fully reclined. Keep the hands on the burner, cause niggas know that it's money on our mind.
This conversation about Jay-Z title,
ownership,
and stepping out there on faith and trying to do some great things is a perfect transition. So we can introduce our guest this week.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself.
Y'all had like the dopest introduction, so I couldn't top all that. This is Raphael Wright, Detroit entrepreneur, hustler, East Sider, trying to be community leader, upcoming grocery store owner on the East Side of Detroit. Can I hold the belt while I talk? Can I hold the belt, man? We hold the belt, man.
You got that championship belt, the Eagle.
Hold the belt.
The Hulk Hogan championship.
Yeah,
belt.
man.
Yeah, this is the Golden Eagle. The first Hulk Hogan joint. Then the Steve Austin had the broken one. Right?
Yeah.
I know my history a little bit.
Man, you know I'm the classic WWF, better than WWE. That's just my opinion. And then that whole Attitude Era, that was me. After the Attitude Era, I kind of fell off. You know.
But it was dope after that, because then you had the real wrestlers then, like 01, 02, 03, from like 05, before it got like PG. That was the best wrestling that WWE ever had.
I've been hearing that. So
you should get back into it.
I think I may.
I think I may. But just in general, I would explain how I came across our guest is I was just online on Twitter, and I saw somebody tweet or retweet saying I'm trying to open a black-owned grocery store in the city of Detroit, and I thought that was dope. So I just started following it and reading the tweets, and I just reached out. I'm like, cause I want to talk to the brother, and I commend him, and I want to talk to him, and so
and I think for myself, it was like early in the year, the Metro Times had a write-up about you and your endeavors to try and open up the grocery store. So if you don't mind, just open up a little bit to us about that. Like what brought about the idea to bring a black-owned grocery store to Metro Detroit?
I got two reasons. One is financial, economic. That was kind of and I didn't think about the second one until like it really hit me, but the first one was just about economics. You know, we talk about building the black community. We talk about buying black, building black. You can't do that if you're not taking care of your essentials. Like if you're not taking care of who feeds you, you're not feeding your own people, you can't lead your people. If you're not providing the medicine for your hood, if you're not providing the shelter and all of that stuff, economic development is ass backwards. Right. You know, we just pretty much renting in our own space. We not really building anything. We're not taking care of our own if we don't tackle food, if we don't tackle medicine, if we don't tackle banking, all of that stuff. So I can't do all of those things, at least not right now. So let's start with the first one. The second one ran into after the first one was like, I'm a diabetic. And it's like, it all makes sense. We got to eat better. You know what I'm saying? We dying. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Like, I shaved a quarter of my life off, period, just from being diabetic. No matter how much work I put into fighting the disease and maintaining a level of health, I'm already, by standards and metrics, going to live 20 years less than I could. So, you know, we can't bring our kids into that same situation. Our parents really didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Our parents worked a lot, and that's the first thing you're going to do. You don't work 16 hours, you're going to get off and like, I don't have the energy to cook no meal. Let's go to McDonald's. Let's go. And, you know, the kids going to love it, but look at what it's really doing to us.
Poison. Yeah. Like literally poison. And I think, you know, I got all different views. Like they poison the food, we eat the food, then we get sick, then we go to the doctor, then they give us more medicine. It's just this
continuous cycle. I mean, I work in a pharmacy myself, and there's no money in the cure, but there's money in that progressive, in keeping you on that medication. Yeah. That's where the money comes from.
Yeah, and the corporate hand is going to keep it that way. where you have like a Dr. Sebi now. You know, we've had the mishaps with the hair and all that stuff, but you had a person who was a doctor who would say, look, this is what you need to do to live, not, this is what you do to mask it. And that's what corporate pharmacies and corporate medicine does, is just mask anything. There's there's no outright cures for nothing.
They're going to do two things. Either I'm going to cut it out of you, or I'm going to give you something to hide the symptoms. And that's it. Like, you go to a doctor, you take this medicine, you want to feel it or more. Oh, we're just going to take this shit out of you. Like, no, why don't you tell me why this happened? Why don't you tell me what led to this? All the cancers and all the different things in the world, I'm 100% sure it's something that we eat every single day causing this stuff. That you think it's healthy, and you're doing it every single day. And that's the reason that we got a lot of this shit.
And it's intentional because, as I got deeper in this, because I was a capitalist, which I still am. I'm about money. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, this became a social endeavor. This became something I really care about, because I want the people to really, take that real chance of, just being better outright. But I started doing research on marketing, food marketing. The way that they market in the poor hoods all across America is intentional and is aggressive to say that apple is not cool. This Pepsi is. This burger is. Those chili cheese fries, that's cool. So you need to eat that. You need to do that. It's intentional, it's aggressive, and it's very just in your face. When you go in the suburbs, you don't see that. You do not see it. You see an alternative. You see you can eat this or you can eat that. You don't have that in the hood. You just have, don't eat good. Don't exercise. Just, boom, here go this chili, here go this Coney Island, eat that. And then if you get sick, take that. And there's no real natural remedies or remedies of anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's intentional. It's intentional, and it's killing us. And we got to take control of that. If we talking about really banding up and uplifting our folks, we really got to feed our folks.
Leave the liquor store pizza alone. Though it is really tasty.
Yeah, man. Arts on 7 Mile, and they got a lot of my money back throughout the years.
Yeah, on the east side is a spot they got like bread, like cheese bread. I mean, I still go in, and that's another thing where it's like I don't hate the folks that's making that bread. They pulled off the biggest heist in American history. They're going to another ethnicity's neighborhoods and just make all the money. If we should have did it too. But now it's time for y'all to leave, especially if y'all not about, uplifting the community and really building the community up. If you just finna, bleed us of our bread and our wealth, y'all got to go. I don't hate them for it. They just got to go. It's our turn. It's some new blood. It's some new energy in the hood, and it's time to really change.
Absolutely. So what kind of challenges have you come across trying to open up this grocery store?
First, honestly, it comes from us. We all were just talking about the Jay-Z Rap Radar interview and how, it's always us that's looking at us like, you really trying to do this? You really trying to start that? That's the biggest barrier. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, my saying is the same. The table was set. Like, I'm a humble guy, but I'm going to be honest, in America, we were not talking about food deserts. We wasn't talking about black-owned grocery stores until I said I wanted to open one. And then it started to become an everyday conversation in a lot of circles. Like, you got to make it a point to say, hey, we need that black-owned grocery store. Why? Because it makes sense. Like, damn, we really don't have none. But that's the biggest barrier is us. The other stuff that's coming up, real estate opportunities are being shut down on us but everything else is there. The food is there, and the money is really there. We just got to pull our chair up and eat. We got to come correct, and we got to tackle that real estate element. The original idea was for me to lease this space on the east side of my neighborhood, but that was me following like the standard set. Okay. And I said, no, we got to buy this building. So when we went to the table, we started dancing around prices, and that party that I was originally talking to didn't want to sell. So we walked away and said, we got to find a building. That's the biggest barrier right now outside of just our people kind of, one foot in, 1 foot out. We got to find a space. But we got to own the space, period. Right. We cannot lease. We cannot rent. We got to own that boy so that we can really do something, because it's bigger than food. It's about ownership, and it's really about empowerment, and we can't empower unless we own.
I mean, it's unfortunate. You look at like a lot of the neighborhoods that we kind of grew up in, live in, you got people renting there 20, 30 years. Ain't never owned the home that they sleep in and call their own.
Man, I don't remember who said this. It's like there's no such thing as a black community. You have black people who are living and renting inside of a white community. I mean, until you own your houses, until you school the children, until you feed people, like that's not a black community. Y'all just living here.
Yeah. You can teach a fisherman to fish, but if they don't own the pond, you know what I'm saying, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's a waste of skill, because you gonna always be playing from behind. I don't really care how skilled you are, and I had to learn that the hard way. You know, I really thought I had it together. Started some businesses, had some wins, hit a few home runs, and I just really realized that I ain't really got nowhere. I don't care how much money I made or how much money is in my pocket at this current state. I ain't no better than the person on the street begging for, you know, can I pump your gas for $1? I ain't no better than them, because I have not engineered a plan to buy the block to really put forth a real wealth building system for our people. I'm no better than the next man that's begging, because I had opportunity to do it many times, and just like other people, that's why I'm really challenging anybody that say they making money, anybody that's out here on the ground like posting and flexing and all of that. You ain't doing nothing unless you building your people up. Period. You gotta build your people up, because it's scary to flex in the hood and you the only one doing it.
Yeah.
And that's
then you'll become a target.
And that's where I'm at life. Like, I hit a real social glass ceiling where it's like, do I buy that chain? Do I buy that car? Like, we should not want to have nice things, but when you around the sharks, you have no choice but to question it. So what's the antidote? You need to put people on so that everybody got something. We gotta worry about that.
And then, like, just growing up, everybody have this goal of everybody getting out the hood and, you know, having this great life. But, like, if we actually just thought about the reasons that you want to leave the hood, it's two reasons. It's unclean and it's unsafe. So how about you just clean up your neighborhood and make it safe? You don't got to leave the hood. Just stay there. Like, we live in a great city. There's great houses all through the east side, on the west. These are big houses. They got
Beautiful
mansions
homes
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, make your neighborhood safe. Keep it clean. I don't got to move to the suburbs. I will stay right here.
And when you talk about that, like the pockets of the city that are safe, that do look beautiful, it's because there's a lot of community action behind it. My father stays in North Rosedale Park. If you look at those houses like along like 7 Mile, Outer Drive, like the Livernois area, like those homes are beautiful because the people in the community,
that's why I moved back to the
maintain
city.
them.
I ain't lived in the city since 2006, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to be standing on the outside like, man, look where I used to live at. Now someone else lives there. You know what I mean? No, I moved back to the city, man. I want to be a part of it.
And we complain about like gentrification, and you know, you can't get mad if somebody see what you don't see. Right. It start with love. Like, you gotta love. Like, when I say make the hood great again, people argue with me all the time saying, well, the hood was never great. But if you think it was never great, that's why it's in the shape it's in. Like, because you don't care. But guess what? You seeing more and more outsiders just slipping in because they care. They know that land is valuable. They know the money there is valuable. So they slipping in, and they slowly but surely, in 5 years, they going to take it. They going to take it all if we don't jump in and do something.
Ownership, man, because ain't nowhere where they printing land.
Yeah, and I read an article, they were saying like a big hurdle in the efforts to gentrify outside of the downtown new center areas, that a lot of older people holding on to their property and just like, no,
I ain't going.
I'm not going nowhere. And a lot of us, like, if you look at it, like, if you still are fortunate enough to have like your grandparents still around, like grandma might have been in that house 30, 40 years, and it may not mean shit to you, but that's her house
100%.
and she ain't going nowhere.
100%. I was watching Tariq. He was doing a live Facebook or whatever, and he was walking through Dearborn, and he was like, man, he was just like, look at these houses. Like, you see this regular house, and then 3 houses down, somebody's fixed their house up and turned into like a mini mansion and whatever. And like in this same community, you have all different type of income types, all different type of houses here because they didn't band together and say, this is our area, this is our community, and this is where we want to stay. And we got to do the same thing.
Exactly.
Like you want to fix up a neighborhood. Miss Mary down the street not selling her house, but that don't mean you still can't renovate everything else. All the money that you was going to spend, why don't you give Miss Mary a couple dollars to put some new siding on her house? You know what I'm saying? Renovate what's already there and build up.
I mean, because God bless, like, until my grandmother passed, like, she stayed in that same house 30 years, and we would tell her, Granny, maybe it's time to go. Nah. Until she could not take care of herself anymore, like, she stayed in that house. And she had no one, in her mind, she was going to pass it down to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, she had no intentions of ever leaving.
Yeah, but and like we go into like the Korean communities, it's law. You have to invest into the community or you gonna get shamed. I ain't gonna say they gonna kill you, nothing like that. I don't really know, but you can't walk around in them streets knowing that you didn't put no money up for the building fund.
Yeah.
You have to. That's the law. When you have your brothers and sisters that come over from Korea and they move in, you supposed to loan them some money. You supposed to put them on. And you supposed to contribute to that pot that's gonna make sure that the grass is cut in every street, every house is straight, every home is not without, every building has something in it. You have to make sure that that's up.
And that's what they do in every other community, every other nationality except us.
They all do it.
Man, I know this is not a popular opinion. I done had arguments about this with different folks, whatever. Man, but I think we need to start attaching a level of shame to some of the shit that we doing. I know everybody out here got their little things. They hustle, they do everything like that, right? But it got to be some sort of level of shame because we make some of this shit look cool. You know what I mean? I got into an argument over the drug trade versus different things and which one is, quote unquote, the scum of the earth for our communities and different shit. Like you shouldn't be. I feel that you are a worse person if you know how we have been treated and marginalized in this country and put down. Once you finally make it out because of some legal activities, you get all these flashy things and everything, and then you shit on the same people in the same neighborhoods that you just came from. I look at you as worse than the people who've always oppressed us because you know what it feel like, and then you do it as well. So there got to be some sort of shame where if you got all this money, you doing all this different things, and you haven't put back into the community, we should look at you and clown you.
I agree. I agree. And I agree. I'm saying, but you talking about like the drug game or anything else, like every community in America was built off blood. Mm-hmm. Everyone. I don't care what ethnicity, they all were built off blood. Some underhanded, if it was drugs or some type of crime, extortion, whatever. Every community was built off it, but everybody had that elite class of the Godfather type figures who said, this is what we finna do. We finna put people on because the more people that's straight, the more we gonna be able to survive. And we just the only ones that we were giving the game backwards. We were giving the game ass backwards.
And that's how it should be. If you at the table with your team and you got the big plate and they eating the scraps, they always gonna be looking at ways to get where you are. Now, if you sitting at the table and we all eating good, we all bosses, we all living all right, all our kids straight, then it's like how can we become better?
Right. And, a lot of people don't look at that when I talk to people, especially like our elders, and they always like shame the drug dealers and all that. I'm like, that's how you really rinse it. When Jay-Z said in that, sure. That's how you really rinse it. That's a stimulus of income. That's all this money right here in one pot is what you do with it is what makes it scum or make it productive. Because, mama don't say nothing about her son slanging shit until he stopped paying her rent. When he paying her bills and all that, she knows effed up, but she gonna really kick it with it because he put peeling off every month. She ain't got no issues. There's groceries in there and all that good stuff. But every community's like that though. They all like that.
And just imagine if all the street money that's out here, somebody took all that and invested it back in the hood. Investing it back in the schools, investing it back in your neighborhood, community center, whatever. Or the grocery store.
Yeah, I mean they'll make it illegal when we do it though. Either when we wake up, then it'll be illegal. Then they'll say, "Oh no, y'all tripping." But we've all done it. We just got to find our angles. We have to find our angles. We need to take advantage of all the opportunities that's here. Like before 2012, we couldn't crowd invest. You know what I'm saying? Before 2012, GoFundMe and Kickstart and all that, it was just literally donating for creative causes or medical causes. Now you can donate for a business, whatever it is. Like I don't have to have $2 million no more to say I'm going to do a fundraiser to open this next business. Now you can just do it. You know what I'm saying? We got to take advantage of all of that. We we're cool. You know, and that's why I think that what I'm trying to do, I'll take that back. What I'm going to do, because I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why grocery stores kind of died. It ain't cool to shop in a grocery store, but the way I'm kicking it is going to be cool. Yeah. And it ain't going to die because we ain't going to let it die. But we're cool doing it. We got to make these things cool. We need to show our kids it's cool to eat a salad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It ain't lame if you eating a baked chicken versus the fried chicken. You know what I'm saying?
So like we said last week, tomorrow is the backpack giveaway and community day at Tommy's Barbershop on 8971 Linwood. So come out between noon and 5 to get free backpacks, free haircuts, hairstyles for kids, all that. But as we kind of said last week, we need folks to come out there and dress right, dress cool. Like the kids need to see that it's cool people out here giving back, so they know that it's just not this man's 60 years old. Of course he gonna try to kick game. No, I need to see you pull up in your nice cars and your jewelry and everything like that, and let them know that this shit cool too, man. It's cool to give back.
Yeah.
But you didn't just start like wake up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna open up a grocery store. You've been putting in work since the age of 13.
Yeah. I always knew what I wanted to do. And I think that's what kind of put me in a better position to do it, entrepreneurially rather, because a lot of people dance around I knew what I wanted to do at an early age. Mm-hmm. So at that point, trial and error was just my best teachers. From 13 to 21, I could make as many mistakes as I want because I knew that's what I wanted to do. So that's all I really did. I always focused on that. I focused on making my own money, and I just got good at it.
Now, who instilled? So at 13, you had your own eBay store. Yep. Who instilled that inside of you?
Myself. My parents, they worked. So they were my best teachers because they showed me what not to do. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to work no 16, 18-hour shifts. Like my pops worked every day, 7 days a week, you know what I'm saying? Which granted, he had a lot of kids, he had a lot of bills to pay, he had a lot to maintain. My mother worked every day as well. You barely really see your folks. It was just everything that I really didn't want. Mm-hmm. I ended up that was my fuel to say, you know what, this is what I really wanted to do. My older brother was like kind of my inspiration as well. He was in these streets real heavy. I liked the aesthetics of what he was doing. And that was just I love the independence. You know what I'm saying? He could wake up when he want, do what he want. He was fly as hell, cars, jewelry, took care of his kids. You know, this was a real man, and that I picked that hustling mentality up from him. Okay. And I just kind of instilled it in other things, and went from there.
So your first eBay store was selling clothes, and you actually opened stores and everything?
No, I never got physical. The wave was digital, and I knew it. You know, it was. This millennial generation, we real introverted in many ways, where it's like, I can come talk to you, I can kick it with you if you initiate, but I'm not going to do it myself. I'm just real laid back or just kind of standoffish. So the internet was my best alternative. I'm like, I know I can reach. And then not only I'm reaching people in Michigan, I'm reaching people all around the world with whatever work I got. I can just hit the block and hit 10 million people with just a post. And I kind of understood that curve was coming. I didn't know that it would get to where it is today, but it was just a real good alternative for myself. And, when I was trying to sell clothes in like middle school, niggas was broke. or niggas was cheap and they didn't really want to spend no money. So, you know, we go online, you ain't running into that because you really, at the time, you didn't have, like, the offers and all that. It was like, this your price and you pay it.
Yeah, I mean, because when you in middle school, you probably trying to sell to middle school people.
Yeah.
To your immediate circle.
To your peers,
The internet is...
You're selling to consumers. Whoever got money, it don't matter how old you are, buy it and I ship it out tomorrow.
Right. I was a 13-year-old adult, you know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, I'm selling to my peers physically. I can't walk up to no grown man trying to sell nothing. They either want to take it or not take me serious.
Right.
Online, you don't know who you was talking to.
Which
you
is
don't
scary.
Know. Yeah, you know it is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I remember I would use my mother's name and shipping it on the shipping. They think they buying from a woman. You know what I'm saying? So it was always smooth with me. I found out how to hit the angles. You know what I'm saying? Just working online.
Okay,
you know,
that's dope. How your parents feel about? I'm sure they happy. Or do they want you to go the traditional route?
Yeah, they do. Most of our parents do. And we, you know, I have just recently, you know, gotten my parents comfortable with what I'm doing. They thought so dope a long time. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, to see me on the news and all that, they kind of like, all right, you really doing something else. So, you know, that was that's cool, but they all want the tradition. They scared. They naturally scared.
Yeah.
You know,
because they have a different way of thinking from how they came up.
Yeah, for them, work for the state or post office or plant. Like, you get into any of those, you make it. You done.
Work 30 years, get a pension, get out and live off
work
that
pension. You know what I'm saying? But they don't take into account, like, college. And then that's, you know, $100,000 in debt. Like, I don't care what job you get, and them fields ain't going to pay for it. So they kind of miscalculated that, but they saw a lot in, you know, in the 80s and the 90s. They saw what the drug game did to, you know, our older brothers and sisters, and a lot of people ain't here no more. A lot of people locked away for a real long time, so they naturally just care, and they just saying, like, just be safe. Take the safest bet. Get you a good job that's going to pay you benefits, and they don't know the benefits ain't there no more. My father been retired, almost 15, 16 years. So he got the last tail end of pension. You know what I'm saying? He don't know, like, we ain't getting that.
That shit ain't
know,
gonna be there.
It's not going to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
if you don't have another hustle, another way to make money independently, you're going to be out here at 65 and
still
dying.
Working. Yeah, you're going to still be working, or you going to be stanking because you ain't going to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
ain't no way in hell you supposed to be in your 60s and still be out here beating up, having to get up 7, 8 o'clock every day to be at fucking work.
Yeah, I want to, and me, I don't never want to retire, but I want to determine what my work is going to be.
Yes.
Right now, I want to break my back to get grocery stores open in every hood. But by the time I'm 60, I want to be just kind of traveling and open up foundations, and, you know, I want to do that. But I want to control my work. I want to control how I exert my energies on what I'm going to do, you know, which mainly means I probably ain't going to be doing much of shit at 60. I'm going to have a full staff, and they going to be doing their
Going
thing.
to the office every now and then just to shake people up.
That's all it's going to be, you know. But, you know, we've put ourselves in that position because we really didn't know no better. And, you know, with all the information that we have, we just got to take them chances. We have to. We got to take them chances. It hurt, you know, when your parents don't really believe in it. You know, when your older peers, they looking at it, second guessing it and all of that, because them supposed to be your biggest cheerleaders.
Right.
And when they kind of, you know, hesitant, it hurts sometimes, but you got to keep it rocking. You got to do it.
And everybody's second guessing and question it till you actually do it and the shit works.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just the nature.
Oh, you
of
knew we always knew you was gonna pull through.
No, the fuck you didn't.
Yeah,
and it's cool. Like it's cool that you didn't, because shit, it might
I
be
didn't
some
know.
days I didn't think I would pull it through, but I never let you know that.
For sure.
And that's, you know, that's the wave in the move. Like, you know, I love kicking it with the younger folks. I'm 28, so I'm like kind of borderline. I'm about to be crossing that first little mountain, but I'm still considered a young person. But, you know, people talk to me all the time and just say, like, people just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to do this, do that, and it's like, who cares? You get it. So you do it, you know what I'm saying? You do it. It hurt. It does hurt when, your own folks looking at what you trying to do. Like, I had relatives saying, like, you ain't beating them Chaldeans at this grocery game. And I said, you right. I ain't trying to beat them motherfuckers. We about to change the game. We're not playing that game with them. I don't want to go that traditional route because you won't win. But guess what? It's too many opportunities where you can get it now. I've been traveling to different farms, and I'm trying to unite the black farmers, which is another tragedy for us because we the first generation that has no footprint in farming. It's black people. So all that shit we doing, like the urban gardening, that's just kind of smoke and mirror type
Just
stuff.
for the community. It's a science fair project.
That's all it is, because and granted, we do have like the shittiest grocery stores in America, in the hood, in every hood, not just Detroit, but everywhere that's in the city, you have that monopoly of bad grocery stores. But if they closed, we wouldn't have nothing. And we couldn't go and grow anything because, one, we don't have the land to do it, and two, we don't know how to do it if we had the land. So that's the big fish. And that's I've been traveling, looking at the farms and seeing what they got going on. But I'm also scoping out the land because that's next. Like, we got to buy that up. It's ours anyway. We farmed on it for free for 300 plus years. That should be ours anyway. So go ahead and hustle up and get it.
So let me ask. So I know you are now in the stages of trying to get the to purchase the location, and once that's set up, I'm assuming that you got like connects to bring in farmers and market. And different things to basically fill the grocery store with food.
Yeah, I have a wholesaler. I have a wholesaler now, and I have my own, which I'm very blessed with. The situation I have is that, usually with a wholesaler is usually you get everything from us or no deal. That's not my situation here. I'm selecting what I'm going to get from a wholesaler. From there, I can pick my locals or other, unique brands, because I really want to bring in local food businesses as well, and really, strengthen the local economy. So I don't want to get my produce from the wholesale. I want to get it from a farm, you know what I'm saying, or a union of farms somehow. And I've been talking to plenty of those and trying to get that unified so that makes sense. But there's other like water beverage companies that out here locally. You got sauce companies, and you have, chefs that's doing their thing, and they need the platform. Right. And I want my grocery store to be that platform for them. I don't want to be handcuffed in some just contract where I can't work with them, because everything work by square footage in a grocery store. And if you let a wholesaler fill every square footage, you won't have room for nothing else. And you can't do nothing else without burning a hole in your pocket. No, I need, you can take 70%, and I need this other 30% so that I can do what, for the other people as well. Yeah. So I'm real fortunate that that's what's been carved out. It's been perfect timing. It's perfect timing. People fed up, and they know that if they really want to save grocery, they need to change grocery. And, fresh ideas like myself is going to be what's up.
That's what's up.
Are you looking so now they got like downtown, they got like Whole Foods downtown or whatever. Are you looking to bring like healthy foods in there as well, or is that the priority, or are you just going to...
That's the goal. Like, I don't want to change everybody overnight. Right. Like, we got dominion over what we eat, and I'm still with the shits too. I eat chips and snacks, all that. So you don't want to hit them with a 360. No, we don't got nothing. No, we gonna have,
because you hurting business that way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, soul food. Like we've destroyed soul food. Grandmama gone, you know what I'm saying? So we got to bring that back somehow, which that's going to give us some calories, you know what I mean? That's some sweet shit, you know what I mean? So I don't want to do it over there, but I want to provide alternatives. That cannot be your everyday diet. This cannot be what you eat every day. This cannot be what you feed your kids every day. Like, let this be the delicacy, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can kick this on a weekend or, a few days out of the week. Let's get it in, man. Let's fry it all up. Let's do our thing. But during the week or during majority of the week, we need to be possibly doing all this stuff. But I still don't want to force you. I want you to actually have an alternative, and that's what we never really have is the choice. Like, here's the choice. Here's the alternative. this is what you should be eating, just based on you a 30-year-old black man and you may have this condition, or you may be feeling this in your knees or back or whatever. These are some good things to eat. These are some good things to do. But if you still want to, eat the rap snacks, then do that too.
Yeah.
So
it was funny. Was that Master P? When he was on Breakfast Club, he was talking about how people laughed at him when they said when he was coming out with rap snacks like that'll never work.
Shit has been working.
It's been for a long time too.
Hey man, I can't even front that Fabulous one and Fetty Wap. I fuck with.
I've never eaten any.
I fucks with them all.
You should try.
Except for the Boosie ones, they like real hot. Now I don't like hot food. It's like whatever they took out of Cheetos, they put them in them joints. They hot. Like them Boosie, they good. If you like spicy food, you'll love them. Them, they just too hot for me.
I feel you.
But I definitely tried them. I like them all.
Don't sleep on the rap snacks.
I don't sleep on the rap
I've
snacks.
never ate none before, dog. Which ones? What's barbecue chips? I want some barbecue chips. Who got the barbecue?
Romeo.
I don't want to buy the Romeo chips.
Hey, them my favorite ones, man. I like them joints.
I'll turn the bag over and eat the paws. I don't know. I ain't fucking.
It's chips, man. It's chips.
Chips,
It don't matter
man.
who on the front of them. It's chips. So when's the ETA on when the grocery stores will be up and running?
I'm thinking around this time next year, honestly sooner. The way that everything's been kind of just unfolding is a little hyper. If stuff slowed down this time next year, it'd be perfect. If stuff don't slow down, it'd be way before that. This is just the one piece, finding that space, and we can own it. That's just my one condition. Like, a lot of stuff we can kind of negotiate and move around and flake a little bit. That's just a condition that won't break. I gotta buy the space. If I cannot buy the space, I don't want to lease to buy, because you can just change your mind and all that. No, yeah. I need those terms up front so that we can really move forward. Once that's there, everything else busts open. So
That's dope. There's one other thing I want to touch on is the most recent Urban Plug. Can you talk about that a little bit?
That's the parent. Well, the grocery store would be a subsidiary of Urban Plug. That's
okay.
So just like kind of rewinding back. When I was like 16, 17, I got into investing. Not actually doing it because I didn't have the money to really do it. But I was really interested in investing, and I got the big picture of what ownership means, and stocks and bonds. Really, I got the big picture of just doing. I was just kind of in school for myself, but I just didn't really have the liquid capital to do it. When I graduated from college, I started Plug Media. It's a media company that published my book. I, self-published my book that did extremely well, and I started a clothing line as well.
How to Hustle.
How to Hustle is the book, yeah, and I started a clothing line, Hustle Mania. Like, it was a playoff.
Hulkamania.
It was a playoff Hulkamania, like, but it went crazy, like.
I saw the Hustle Mania.
It went like the thing was, I didn't like clothes. I just wanted to make my own clothes, but because people rocked with it so hard, it turned into a venture. It just grew too fast for me. I was the only person doing it, so I couldn't handle it, couldn't manage it. Made a lot of money, but a lot of headaches as well. So when I was ready to just kind of give up because I was missing orders, and I just kind of got unorganized. Yeah. But a company in Toronto, was interested in buying the brand. So a year after I had opened Hustle Mania up, I sold it to this company, and I had all this money to work with. So then I really started investing. But then I really got the big picture, and I started getting exposed to all these different ethnicities, and because I'm in a different, conversation now with different groups of people, because they viewing me different. So I'm getting invited to these different events, and I'm seeing all these different folks, and I'm hearing how the Koreans operate. I'm hearing how the Jews operate, and I'm like, I got to take this back to the hood. So I started Urban Plug. It's a social investment company, but we're pioneering crowd investing because it's still relatively new, and there's groups that's doing it now, but I want to do it here in Detroit. But most importantly, I'm taking all of the stuff I learned from all these different ethnic groups that have one doing it. I'm trying to bring it to the hood, and this grocery store is the biggest venture this point. I do stock pools.
Okay.
Where we group as many people as I can get at the time. I think the biggest group I had was 21 people. We would put money in a pot, and then we would buy stock with it. From there, I would kind of give them the lessons of what I've learned over time. And I still do this to this day. Once a quarter, I pull people together, and we, invest our money for a few months, and then we either keep it as a long-term portfolio, or we just sell out and take our proceeds and leave. I did a youth entrepreneurship program as well through this pilot. I still publish my book through Urban Plug now as well. But this grocery store is the biggest project because not only will it be a grocery store, but it'll be an investment opportunity for the communities that we rocking with.
Yeah.
So wherever we're stationed, you can buy shares of us food market. We want to get the company up running into the green or into the black rather, and take care of whatever debts we have so that we have a real functioning long-term business model.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll be selling shares to the company, or the company to the hood.
Man,
and then
that's
we'll
dope.
use that proceeds to go in another hood and just start all over.
Man, that's really dope, man.
Yeah, because we all go back to that focus of ownership. When somebody feels like this is mine, they take a different type of pride in it. They don't want Ray up the street vandalizing and breaking in because that's mine. You can also buy into this and make it yours yourself.
100%.
And that just creates a different type of pride in things.
Yeah. And it ain't just a black thing, it's a people thing. We build people up just to destroy them. We will build up the biggest star and say he got too much power or he doing too much.
Doing too good.
He doing too good, let's destroy him.
Then you calling John Jones an addict or something. You know what I'm
this
saying?
is
a junkie is what I call
Right.
him.
So this is my way to keep it humble. You know this from the beginning. This is what I want to do. Can I do it in the beginning? I don't think y'all ready. But we ain't ready either. Let us get the store open. Let us get clear. Let us get in the black. Let us work out the kinks, and we'll provide you with a safe investment. That is far more safe than anything you can ever do. Don't put your money in the savings account. Put your money with us because it's proven at that point. It's working at that point, and you're going to get a better return on your money than putting it in the bank. You put it here, where it's at. When you come to this store, this is you. Mm-hmm. It's not just a place you come to shop. This money ain't just going in my pocket. It's coming back into yours as well.
And you should recommend people to go to the grocery stop that you part own.
Yeah.
You got those shares, and you want to keep that clean. So you're not going to, when you see somebody down the street with one of their buggies, you taking that damn buggy right back to the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You taking it back to where it's supposed to be at. So
yeah, but you kind of go out beyond that too, because I want to start in the desert. I don't want to, I got an opportunity to open this store in a well off neighborhood like Borderline and Grosse Pointe, etc. Turned it down. On the west side in that Grandma Rosedale area.
Come on, man. I live over there. I mean, come on, man.
I want to, but I don't see the need. Like they got growth. They don't have that many.
Like right there.
They don't. Yeah, but it's like that's a well-off neighborhood. I want to be in the desert where it's less populated and it needs work. When you are part owning something, you gonna not only make sure the store is straight, but you gonna make sure that the buildings around it is straight. Mm-hmm. And if y'all ain't in compliance, y'all get the fuck on. Sell to us because y'all ain't really doing y'all job. These homes that's vacant, you gonna champion for those homes to be occupied.
Yeah.
You gonna make sure that we build them up. It's a school right next door that's vacant. Hey, let's go in and let's make sure we get this store up. That means get the school up and running. You're gonna do the most because it's not just the survival of your investment for the store. That the community surviving is gonna make sure that store is gonna be way more fruitful anyway. So socially, where's the L? There's no L. Everybody gonna win.
Yeah. Well, man, I commend you, brother, and we definitely want to make the hood great again.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do, we want to be involved in, and we want to see.
Man, right before you're ready to open it up, you got to come back here with us and chop it up, or really anytime.
Yeah.
The door's always open.
I'm with it. I really want to, everybody that has really messed with this initiative, like we all got to do a full circle, but we all have to like recognize the opportunity in that neighborhood. I don't want y'all. I don't want to come here. I want y'all to come to
For sure.
the spot.
Grand
we'll be
opening.
there. We'll
see-
be there.
Broadcast.
and see not just the store, but look at like y'all gonna see the vision. You know, like right now, I'm putting the vision together visually and doing other things. Like I'm having a kick out of this because it's artistic for me. It's not just a a venture where it's like, don't get me wrong, like my partners, they a little antsy because they like, man, we can be really doing this, but this is art for me. And for me to tell this story, they'll appreciate it later because they really gonna see the big picture. When I announce, when we finally close on this store, when we finally close in this area, it's all intentional. And you're gonna really see what I get it now. Like I see it. I didn't get it for I see it now, and it's gonna be beautiful. So I want everybody to really see it, and I want to have that aha moment, like for everybody, because it's bigger than food. Like it's bigger than Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bigger. So I really want everybody that has really rocked with me, supported me. I want to support them and get them a movie, but I'm also trying to bring more chairs to the table regardless. So we got to rock it regardless.
Man, you got our support, man. We'll definitely be out. We'll come out the whole 9 yards from beginning to end, man. So
Yeah, for sure.
we rocking with it. Man, give out your social media, man, and anything people can contact you at.
All right, my website is raphaelwright.com, RAFAWRIGHT.com. I'm on social media as well. Twitter and Instagram, the same handle is at Pharaoh_Rafa. That's FAIRO_RAFA. I don't really rock with Facebook. I'm on there though, but you probably couldn't reach me there. You definitely can reach me on Instagram and on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn heavy as well, so you can reach me there too. And just catch me in these streets. I'm just always out and always around. So if you see me, holler at me. I'm always gonna have to Make the Hood Great Again hat on, so that's me.
That's the name of this episode.
Make the hood great again.
That's what's up. Cause that's the move. So walk up on me. Let's talk. Let's build. The table is set. We just got to pull our chairs up and eat. We got to make the hood great again by all means. 45 showing his ass, and we got to show ours.
For sure.
Period. We cannot get sidetracked with what he doing and not build our own. We got to build up our own. But that's where I'm at. Find me in any of those, and let's get it.
Every week, Dame Gone Wild, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Catch me in these streets because I'm all over the West Side.
Shop Talk Podcast, follow that on Instagram. JJohnson313, Twitter, Instagram. Go to the website, www.shoptalkpod.com. I'm not saying that we the Rockefeller Podcast, but we are Jay and Dame. Peace.